I have no idea. When that happens, we say, welcome back to Everything That Glitches. You really can't make this shit up. Let me just double check, make sure everything is working now. Like, if I show you what I'm about to show you, there's no way I could have set everything back up as quickly as everything just pushed on the reboot. Let me just go to YouTube though, make sure we have sound. Let's see. Wow, this is just amazing. And we go on 5. Yeah, no, so audio is good. Audio's in sync. We got 4K. I have no idea how this happened. Let me just go here. I just want to turn the microphone on here. And then, so the sync offset's on. I just want to see if chats work. Yeah, no, so audio is good. Audio's in sync. We got 4K. Nice. The thing, I hear no bells. I just want to check what the setting is for that. I want to bring the oh, but let me show you this. Let me just get rid of this. Let me do the offsets on. I just want to see. Mute this. We learned that from Brian. Brian got a drone. Once they get a drone, we never see them again because they're flying. It's addictive. I can tell you that. Let me just bring out our chat box. I want to see what the settings are for this though. But check this out. I'm gonna go bring you back here to our desktop. Samsung me, and then right here, everything came back. I have no idea. I just quit the app and then rebooted it. Look, remember I had to add everything. Hold on. Samsung me. Let me just check. Remember I had to add everything. Look at that. It's all there. How that happened, I don't know. It was empty. Remember, it was empty, and somehow it's self-populated, which is great because now I just delete what's in the bottom. See, the bottom is actually what was the top, and the top was the. It was empty before. I had only 2 elements in there, and now all my defaults on the reboot came back. I don't know how that happened. So this should be me only, which was the previous setup. But the only way to see the setup is in studio mode. So me only. See, I set that up, and then I was trying to fix the cameras. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. So what I can do is just delete it. You know, I don't know how that happened, but it's good for business because when that happens, we say welcome back to Everything That Glitches. So I can delete that. Click OK, and then delete that. Click OK, delete that, click OK, delete that, click OK. But I was happy, and now I should see the intro. That's our beginner intro. Wow. Let's see what's on me. I have my chat box. I have me, main, tip goal. That must have been added accidentally. I don't have a tip goal, but alert box right here. And then, so that goes like that. Interesting. Let's see if this works. Oh, I should hear a ding. Oh, it's actually in this window. And press thanks. Press OK. Nice. Okay. And so leave that like that. So when it's like that, then it means it's working. All right. So now I just go to transition. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Dude, yeah, so sorry, Carl. You get an A for effort. Thanks. Thank you. It works now, which is great. So now I'm up and running. I'll show you one last thing before we go. One game you'll get a kick out of. So now look, me stuff is working. And see, now I can show you. We can do show and tell. Hold on, let me just find, how many batteries does this take? 3 AAA. Crazy. One moment, please. So if anybody will appreciate this, it'll be Carl. Aphex and some of the Marker Bay, because the graphics in our time when we were growing up, this was all we got. So this was like you had to use your imagination. But you might want to start with this just to get back into it. It'll help you. Some people just love getting back into the game. No pun intended. All right. So this is it right here. This was, I wonder if, oh nice. This one is Tetris. This one is, remember back in the day, this was the graphics. And then this one has 5 games in one. Whoops. And then maybe I'll just do one wall drop. Whoops, it froze. Everything's glitching out tonight. I'll turn it off, turn it on again. Move out. Let's see. But when that happens, we say, welcome back to everything that glitches. Oh man, that doesn't give us one. And that one will give us one. Maybe the next one. Oh yeah, this one definitely will. See, we got one. And then there's, the only way to get out is to start it again. But then we have this game. There's a couple of games in there. The snake. We have, I think this one is pole position. There's like a car that you just drive. And then, whoops, yeah, I crashed. Let's see if it will let me go into the next game. And then we, oh, my favorite one is this one. This one, Carl you'll definitely know. This was a space game back in the day. And this was it. This was the graphics. This was the shit. You were like, oh my god, I got this. What's your highest score? You kept putting quarters in. And then, you would go to Nathan's or some other arcade they had in your neighborhood. And you would just play and play. There was always that one kid who the parents gave him like $10. And then he somehow managed to come home with $9. Like he basically used 1/4. And he played the game for hours. That was not me. I was like at a blackjack casino. All my money was gone in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. I think the kid's name was Ben. Ben was like really good at games. He would just play for hours and on end. And I'm like, how the hell do you do that? And then we go to, hey Ben, you got an extra quarter? Yeah. Oh well, he has a DOS. Oh, that's so cool. 6.2 in my office. That's nice. I remember DOS. When I was first introduced to DOS, it was hard. You had to type in the what was it, dir directory just to get your shit going, and then after you did that, you had to type the command to like operate the disk. And then I remember I looked back and I see these like 3 kids on the Mac. I was like, wait, what's that? What are they doing over there? How come there are no commands? And I was like, I want what they have. I want that. No command. I think with the Prince of Persia was one of the popular games that we had back in the day. But when I saw them playing on the Mac, I was like, I want that. Well, so of course the operating system took forever. You had like 20 disks to put in, and it took like all day and night. And then finally you got it going, and you prayed like during the process of the install. Like it didn't ask you to start over again, and then you have to insert disk 1 out of 20. But yeah, I was like, I want that. I want what they have, and that was like, it was over for me. Like Pete Norton's DOS was dead after that, because I was like, why can't I just click it? It had a mouse and everything. Yeah, I remember DOS. And then I just steered away from it once I just I took the easy way out. Oh, the Commander 64. I remember Commander 64 and Witchcraft. And there was that. Commander 64 had really good games. Like, if you didn't want to do your whole DOS spiel, the Commodore, sorry, not Commander, the Commodore 64 was pretty good. It was like the next best thing, aside from like ColecoVision. I don't know why it didn't get that much credit like the ColecoVision or Atari. I think because it still ran off those floppies, but the games were really good, and you got some good quality like logic games and games that made you think that you wouldn't get with ColecoVision and Atari. But I think that what steered people away from the Commodore was that that floppy experience, like people like me that just wanted to click it. And then the Sega, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, those were the good old days. The good old days. Yeah, it brings back memories, right? Yeah. I remember. And then that's why, we do stuff like this. Stuff brings me back memories. And my kids, they code. It's weird. Well, it's not coding anymore. You just type. We have a couple of videos that show you how to build your own app. There's no code. There's no C++. There's no Swift. There's nothing. You just say, can you make me an app that will build YouTube thumbnails? And then you wait 30 seconds and then boom. I was like, what? And even if you want to go in there and fix the syntax, you don't have to. You just say, hi, it's not working. It's making 9 by 16 instead of 8.5 by, or instead of 16 by 9. Can you fix that? And then it's like, sure, no problem. I got you covered. And that should be fluid and maintain continuity in the process of building whatever it is you want to be built. I was like, what? So yeah, take everything you know, Carl, and just throw it out the window because those times are over. I popped my cherry on a TSR80. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. I don't know. I remember Telnet back in the day. We would hang out in the library and people were in Telnet. Telnet was the thing. I don't think anybody does chat rooms anymore. I think chat rooms are dead. Oh wow. That reminds me of like, oh, it's only $79 on Etsy. Here, let's check it out. Transition. Oh wow, now we want Samsung Me, so that I'm still in the picture. Yeah, I don't recall that one. It looks like something you'd see at a government like think tank, like the more advanced stuff, or like at a law firm. Oh look, or at Radio Shack. Oh wow, beloved by journalists. Yeah, so like it probably didn't come with Mavis Beacon teaches typing, but I'm sure it was like one of those word processors. Wow, that's so cool though. Yeah, no, I steered away from, as soon as I steered away from the word oh, this one kind of reminds me of the Franklin word processor, the Franklin dictionary. Have you ever have the Franklin dictionary? God, that's what that one looks like. Franklin, oops. Okay, Franklin English dictionary. And then they came out with the, oh yeah, that's what that one reminds me of. Right here, I had that. Everybody had that. That was so cool because it had the whole Webster memory and they also had an encyclopedia version, which is right. I had all of them. Wow, I wonder what they're selling for. They're probably collectibles now. Had everything. And then they had the Johnny Cash version, which was the Bible. They had the Johnny Cash Bible, but it was all right. I wasn't, it was just like, this is so cool. They're probably collectibles now. Let's see. Yeah, that's so neat. Yeah, memory lane. Let's know. Now forget about it. Now it's all on your phone, right? Like you bust out Franklin thing or Johnny Cash Franklin Bible. You're like, what's that? There's an app for that now. Now you don't even need to have all these different devices, right? It's pretty wild. Times have changed. Yeah, so the tech. You know the tech when you know the tech, right? Tandy computer from Radio Shack with a cassette player. Oh my god, let's check that one out. I don't know. We didn't. It was a luxury for us to go to Radio Shack. So when we went, we got like one thing, a couple of things. Never like that. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Oh my look. Tandy Computer is primarily known through Radio Shack, were a major force in early personal computing, famous for accessible TRS-80 series like the iconic model, and later the successful multimedia yeah, this is multimedia back in the day, multimedia enhanced IBM PC compatible Tandy 1000 line, which offered better graphics and sound than IBM's own offerings at the time, making them popular for home and educational use from the late 70s through the early 90s before the market standards. I remember when I was in school, yeah, they it was still Apple. There was Apple when I was like in 5th or 6th grade, which was similar to this, where there was no graphics interface until like the little one came in. I forget what it was called, but you'd have to like type your code in, and then you would type the code for like 45 minutes, however long your lesson was, and then you would see like a little thing like spin around, and then that was, and your goal during like computer class was to finish your code so you could actually see it spin. Like you type for 45 minutes and then all of a sudden you see like and then that's it. And like, what? But you wanted to finish beforehand. And if the teacher let you stay a little bit later so you could finish the code, you were like, yes. But other than that, that was it. And then you would like talk to the other kids who finished. You'd be like, oh wow, what was it like? What did it do? Because if the classes were so big and there were 25 kids in the class and the kids in the front finished and you're like in the middle or in the back, you could just peek over, but you couldn't see because everyone was hovering over watching, like, you know, the prodigy child finish like the code in time. And then you hear the bell go and like, damn it, and then they shut it off, like, damn. And then you just like live vicariously through the memories of what they shared, what happened, and then you only wish you could finish typing in time. And then maybe speaking teachers typing came out and everyone could type like the wind, sort of, you know. Then typing became like part of the curriculum / standard, and if you didn't pass typing, then it was like you fail, it wouldn't let you through. But that's so cool. Apple IIe was my situation. I think it might have been the 2E. It had the rainbow apple on it. Those were the ones that were used at the schools before the, and then I think there was SC, I don't know, forget, but let's see, let's check it out. Let's see, Samsung Me, and go here, and then we'll put this in this window so that we can have here, and then let's check it out. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, but not that one. It was a little bit different. It had like the Apple logo on it, but it looked like this one on the top. But yeah, this was it. And then we had another one, the one with where the mouse came in. The mouse came in handy. It was yeah, this was it. Apple II. Yeah, so that was the one that we had in school, that we had to type the code in. Yeah, oh wow, $1,600 on eBay. It's now a collector's item. Or you can go to a school and be like, hi, I was wondering if you have any old computers you want to throw away. And then, you know, some schools might have archive. Oh, Rampage. I remember Rampage. That's like a really cool vintage game. Like if I was going to buy a video game console for the house, like one of those ones that you can buy at Best Buy, I'd want for it to have Rampage on there. That's so cool. Yeah, those were the popular games of the time. Wow, we went every, oh look, Apple IIe. Yeah, we didn't play games on our Apple though. Our Apple, we had to like, we were still coding stuff, and then maybe ClarisWorks or something like that. No, we didn't get that lucky. The games for us were on the PC, and you had to type in the dir, and then the /, the C drive, whatever, and then you would activate Prince of Persia or something. But we didn't get too lucky on the Apple until I was like in my 20s, you know, and then I was able to play games on them, like with Doom or something. That's so cool. But we got everything up and running. Let's see what we have here. Let's see with the chat. Have you heard of MAME? No, never heard of it. Let's check it out. Open in browser. Let's see, we'll shrink this. And then we'll go here. Let's check out Carl's channel. We always check out everyone's channel. Get ready to get baptized. Carl, rite of passage in the world according to Carl. Oh, Carl. Okay, cool, Carl. Carl has 2 subscribers. Carl is a watcher. He likes to watch. Well, welcome to the channel. There'll be plenty for you to watch here. All right, so let's just close that out. Let's type in MAME. Okay. A lot of the folks here do 3D printing and other stuff. Afix has changed his channel, and he's now doing shorts. Apparently shorts is the way to go. Like you can have a video, put your heart and soul into it, and only get like 20 views. I'll show you in a second how many views. And then that same video, when it's converted into shorts, can get thousands of views, which is really weird. Did I type it right? Oh, MAME, M-A-M-E. Which is really weird because things has changed. No one has the attention span anymore to watch long videos. Oh, MAME, interesting. MAME is a free and open source emulator designed to emulate the hardware of arcade games, later expanded to include video game consoles. So it's like a like NES or whatever. What do they call that? Yeah, something like that. But this looks really cool though. Okay. Released in 1997. Let's see image. Oh yeah, these are. It'd be nice if we can build one of these, you know, with one of our soldering videos. A little bit bigger though. And not these, but I mean like mini version of what I just showed you, but like with better graphics. But then the boards are different and the LCDs are different. Unless it was like through, not Raspberry Pi, what's it called? The other kits that you can buy. Adafruit. Adafruit might make little interactive soldering kits like this. MAME emulator. Yeah, I think they're called NES emulators. Is that right? Let's see. Images. This is cool. Yeah, if we can build something like that. If it came with the chip. This is real. Oh, I remember these. Yeah, they had these in Frogger, Donkey Kong, and all the other ones. A space game that you would look through the goggles. I remember that. Interesting. Yeah, those were now the game graphics have changed. I don't play anymore. You know, I'll dabble into it, but it's not like it used to be where, you know, it's hard with the kids and stuff. I'd rather build something than spend, it's like watching a TV series. You get lost in it, you know, so now I just, one game I really liked, you know, different game, like a puzzle. I like puzzle games now, but it was called Inside. It's on the Nintendo Switch. That's really cool. It's like you have to find your way out and unlock rooms and doors by moving certain objects in the room, and then it makes you think. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it with that. Let me just go back here. Yeah, Aphex is a real game. But we do the flight simulator on the channel, but that's about it when it comes to gaming. There were a couple of gamers that reached out to me through Discord, but you know they're pretty hardcore, and they were hoping that I would be like them too, but I'm not. But we do the simulator because the simulator helps you fly your drone. I have an arcade console. Oh my god, that's like my dream. Like I was saying, I want to go to Best Buy and get one because they're really affordable now. Before they was like $2,000, $5,000. Now you can buy one for like $200-300, right? How much are the game consoles now? Except they don't come with the games that you want. I think if you want to have the games that you want, you probably have to pay more. Let me see. Let's go to Best Buy. See how much it costs to buy a game console. It's like next on my list, and we could have the channel pay for it, right? Let's see. Except my wife will kill me. Let's see. Game. Type in Pac-Man. Ah, there it is. Pac-Man Deluxe. But the Deluxe, they even have one at my kid's dentist's office. But oh yeah, it's for like $400. You could probably get one used. Some mom getting rid of it because their kids moved out, like, you know, they went to college or something. So you could always buy one used. But look at that. This used to be like a couple of grand back in the day, and now $400 is still a lot. But remember, you can always buy it used on the Facebook Marketplace, and then you would visit. Of course, you would drive there and say, "Can I come have a look?" Because I wouldn't, whatchamacallit, just buy it without trying it or seeing if it actually worked. But let's see how much they go for now. I want to see how much. Go to the Facebook Marketplace and then type in Pac-Man machine. Maybe $75 less. Not really. There's still hot items. $330. I guess if I was going to open up an Airbnb, $475. $1,250. Yeah, so Looks like it still has its worthiness. Look at that, 1,250. Just go to Best Buy. Hell no. Must be the original one that takes quarters though. Good piggy bank for your kids. Oh, this one, I remember that one, but yeah, too expensive. Facebook Market, let's go to Best Buy, and you can probably get open box. This is the one, the same one as Best Buy. It's $1,200. It's crazy. No, I guess if you really gotta have it, no, I would go to Best Buy and get like, wow. Yep. Nah, look at that, $4.99, and they're selling them for more. And you have the ones at Best Buy that have more than one game in there. You know, oh, like this one. There we go. This one is $284. The price dropped. See that? Pac-Man Classic SE. And look at all the games that are listed in there. That's good for the kids, for when their friends come over, they have a party. Look, $284. And it's unavailable for pickup. They could ship it. Right? I tell my wife, Santa brought, look at all the games though. Let's see what games they have in there. Pac-Man, Pac something, another Pac-Man, Dig Dug 2, I don't know, probably in the specs, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. That's awesome for $284. And then I would probably pay the extra, I don't know, whatever, 25 or 40 bucks, whatever it is, for that protection plan, you know, so that if something happens, they'll exchange it, especially with kids slamming on the shit, pressing the buttons and breaking stuff. Like, I must get to the next level. Oh, Mortal Kombat. I wasn't a Mortal Kombat fan. I hated it. It wasn't my thing. But I saw the movie. The movie was cool. Well, I wasn't into the game. Yo! T2 Wave. Hey! I run all of it on a 486 from 2002. Let's see what a 486 is. Say yo, 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 and say yo, yo, yo. We are just about to close out. Great seeing you. I remember 2Wave2 chimed in on one of the videos in the comments that I had replied to recently. I can't remember what it was in reference to, but let's check this out. 482. The 486 processor was obsolete for new commercial game development, as the PC gaming industry had long transitioned to Pentium class systems and Windows 95 and 98 XP games. Let's see, what guys can look that up. Let's check this out. Let's see the games that were on there. Oh yeah, I remember these types of these kind of games. Yeah. Doom, like the Doom kind of graphics. The graphics started to get a little bit better, but a lot of the role-playing games were like this, were in this kind of style, like the Foo Fighters or something like that. There's so many different, wow, yeah, so many different ones. Oh, the printer, yes, it was a 3D printer. So let me go back, let's just take a little break, because T2 Wave have chimed in on some questions about the Beagle print. So we've done on the live stream the Beagle print. No, wait, don't go yet. I'll see you, Carl. So let's say, for example, I'll just say from this here. I'll just do it from here. And maybe for you it might be different, but for us this is how it was. Samsung Me. So if I was on the we were 3D printing something, right? Let's go here. And then we would go to the, let's say, Ender 3S1 Pro. That's usually the one that doesn't have, the interface similar to that of the Creality print. So we would have our printable list, if we printed something from here in a different material, it wouldn't stick to the bed. And we wrote everything in our slicer, told the slicer what kind of material it was, and then the only way to get it to print correctly and stick to the bed was to take that same slice file, get up out of your chair, and put the STL file, right, on the disk, put the disk in the printer, then press print, and then everything would work beautifully. But the interface, you were saying to change to, what was it, Kepler or something like that? Then you can control it. We can still control it from here, but I can't control the Creality High printer. So I can control, let's say, printer. We have Marlin, but I think you said change that to Clipper, right? And then that would change everything. But that was my experience with this. So now, when using the Ender 3S1 Pro to print a 3D project, sometimes we have to, on the live stream, get up, put the file in manually, opposed to pushing it, because when you push it, it like fucks shit up, and then print won't stick. It turns into spaghetti. So there's something happening in between the lines where it's not doing what it's supposed to do. But let's see if maybe there's a firmware upgrade. No, I'm running the latest and greatest. Yeah, that maybe it was a firmware issue. But when using the Creality printer, right, because the Creality has its own exclusive software. If you go to device, we don't have that issue. You just go to details. You know, you can change the material from here. You know, you could use PETG, PLA, you know, whatever materials we have that we're printing at the time. What we do from here, Hyper PLA, and then we can use TPU. Yeah, that's what we did. A couple of prints on different materials, and it works fine from here. But the other print, and we can't control. We can view this printer from the other camera. So let's say we have devices here. That's the built-in camera. But you see across from there, we have the Minion, the Beagle print camera. But we can't. So if we go here, if we go into Chrome, press New, we can only be voyeurs in this experience. Let's see if that does there. So if we go to Creality High, we can't control it. We can only watch. We can't change the temperature. So we just use it as a streaming camera, which works great. See, we get a different angle, a better view. So if you look over there, you can see the other camera. And then if we want to share it on the live stream, we just go here, and now you can see. So we just use it as a streaming thing, but we can't. There's no. Oh wow. Except for the echo, which we should get out of by just, you can't have this window open, and then that's that. Yeah, so I don't know, I have to yeah, I can print from the app but not the browser. Yeah, same here. It's a bummer. Well, because I miss that. I miss being able to do that. That was like such a great feature, right? To be able to just, you know, you could be lazy bones, right? You could be like, but now you have to get up. You can't be like Professor Javier from the X-Men, you know, and just roll around and press your prints. You have to actually get up. Yeah, so that's the only downside. I miss that. I wish they bring that back in a future update, or even an update. Like, that's the only reason why I'm using the Creality slicer, because I can't control. My camera don't work, and I would love to go back to the old ways, but now we're set in our ways and so used to doing it the new way that I don't see myself going back. This one's the old one. This was the Tesla coil that we built that I was just showing Carl, and then here, make sure that it doesn't touch the plastic, otherwise it will start smoking. And then that goes like that. Wait. How do we put that on? Oh, I see how it goes. Okay, so this is the old one, and the other one is the new one. Alright, so that's fine there. Yeah, I don't know how we can try and finagle that, but You'd have to take it apart and then do it again. The browser seems to default to using USB connection. You can add the Hi to Orca Slicer. Yeah, I added the Hi to Orca Slicer. Afix, one of our viewers slash subs, suggested the same thing. And that Orca Slicer overrode everything in my computer. Like, it was hard to get, like, made it its primary slicer, no longer had my default slicer. It just took over. It's hard to get rid of, but the Orca Slicer I did notice was pretty powerful. It had like lots of features that you wish a lot of the other slicers have. I think if you're going to level up from slicers, I think Orca Slicer is the way to go, and that's why I steered away from it, because I just needed something simpler and as easy as 1, 2, 3. A lot of those open source slicers are customizable, and it was just way over my head. But you know, you could do more with those open source slicers, and they have forums where people actually reply back. You know, the support is a little bit more on its A game. But yeah, but I removed it. Now I only have the Cura and the Creality, and we revert back to Cura every now and again, because we can slice it in Cura, and if we have an issue, we'll sign on to the Cura form, and the moderators will get back to us like that, and then we take that solution that they supply for you on the Cura form, and then we transpose that into Creality. Let me show you the Cura form. Cura form, those guys are freaking amazing. They are on their game. Let's see if we go to Cura, Ultimaker Cura. Oh well, I mainly used it anyway, so I guess I never noticed. Yeah, but any issue you have, like with your Orca Slicer, just recreate it in Cura and tell them that it's not working, and then they create a solution for you. Let's sign in, and I believe it was this one. Have to agree. I agree. I don't know if that's the one though. Let's see, hopefully. Accept all. I don't know why it feels like making me start over again. Let's close this one and put this here, and then go here, and then go to ask a question, and then slash. That looks like Slashy the cow. I want to go to my ID. Hold on. Yeah, Cura is really nice. But you have to customize it and put your own printer in there. Like, to the point where that's the hard part. Like, you literally ask a question. It was my first slicer. Hold on. Let's go here. I don't know why it's asking me to sign in again. I just signed in. Probably there's like different places to sign in. Manage account. No, this one isn't it. Hold on. Cura Marketplace. That's where you get your plugins. Ask a question. It should have been here. User sign in. Oh, because you have to sign in for the different experience. Sign in with Ultimaker Cura account. Come on, you got this. Let it load. Ah, yeah, this is it. All right, so, and if I click on my ID, if I click on manage followed content, bottoms up. Oh, it would be in notifications. View all notifications. Wow, they really cleaned me out. So these are some of my posts. Oh, the pause print. They showed me how to do the pause print. That was over a year ago, though. stable release. One moment, please. Just now. Bottoms up. Oh, they taught me about I learned a lot of stuff from these guys. But one thing I learned from them, which was really great, was that a lot of times when you buy an STL file and the shit don't print, it could be your STL file. I was going crazy trying to level my bed, fix my printer, tweak my everything, and then this guy, Slashy the Cow, the moderator, was like, no, the file's fucked up. And they fixed the file. He re-engineered the file to make it work. So if you like this, I'll show you in a second. And then they gave me like this whole scientific breakdown of like why the file was messed up and the different softwares that he actually used to actually get it to print. This was like another STL checker. And then I'll show you, this is what was happening. I was getting this, it was just wouldn't print anything. It only printed the base, and then it would just see nothing showed up. But he's like so advanced in STL customizations that he's did it for free. And now you can download that if you want this guy right here, because the STL file is in this chat box. But here, let me show you in this chat experience. But this guy right here, I paid like $3 for the STL file. STL file was corrupt and broken. It's still on Cults 3D, but it's crap. But now it prints thanks to Slashy the Cow. So a lot of times it's your STL file, not your printer. But how would I know, right? Now I have some STL checkers that I run through every now and again, but if the shit turns to spaghetti, I'm not even wasting my time with the STL checker. I'm just like moving on to like another platform that is offering the same STL or similar. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've run into bad STLs though. There are a number of things that can cause it. Yeah, but in this case, what caused this was some crazy stuff. And if you're that advanced where you can figure that stuff out, that's great, but I'm not, because you could use that to your advantage. Let me just find that one again. Hold on 1 second. So I always go there to ask questions, and you should too. It sounds like you really know your stuff too. Once you start talking about Kepler, you pretty much know your stuff, and doing customizations and modifications. Let's see, bottoms up, flight commander, print profile, inside wrong print, inside out. Wing not printing. They helped me with the wings to my plane, which was great. I'll show you the plane in a second. Some parts, this was it. Some parts disappear. Yeah. We got a video out of that. That's this one right here. Let me see if I can scroll up to the top. Anyway, just keep scrolling and you'll see what, because you might like that Nova. I think it's called Nova. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. A cool piece to have in your house. There you go. And that's it. We signed on tonight because we did a Friday night flights on a Sunday because the weather was bad, and then I signed on and the whole thing just crashed, which was a bummer. Oh, I found that Orca's built-in fixer is decent at correcting things. I would say I'm still intermediate in the field. That's pretty good though, because as soon as I saw Orca, I was like, whoa, I needed something simpler, and I was going through so many slicers. I was going through the bamboo slicer, then I was using the Ultimaker Akira slicer, then I was using this slicer, that slicer. You really got to stick to one. And then what happened was when I got the Creality High printer, none of my slicers worked. There was no Creality High printer in the Cura slicer. There was no Creality High Slim slicer in the Creality High printer in the bamboo slicer. So I was like, damn, You could add a printer in there by customizing it, by putting the print bed dimensions. And then I was forced to use, wasn't by choice, I was forced to use the Creality slicer, because it's like proprietary for this printer until someone comes up with one, you know, that you can actually connect your printer to wirelessly. But now Creality High, they shut the door. Someone said it's a closed system. Like the older systems are open systems, and now this is a closed system where you have to use Creality, which sucks. Oh yeah, the lag in development. Yeah, I know. But I have to go. It's great seeing you. I'm glad I was able to share with you, like, real, because sometimes it's hard to read between the lines when you're chatting. But, you know, chime in there. We got more 3D prints coming. We got more how-to videos, more graphics video, not graphics, special effects, because I was just sent a special effects package. So look out for that video if you like, you know, making videos for fun and adding graphics to your videos to make them come to life. It doesn't have to be science fiction, but sometimes adding prompts and storyboards and things like that. Or even sound effects can be cool for your production, if, you know, because we have some people that do more than just those particular things. But have a good night, and then you know, that's a really cool video coming out. I'll give you a sneak peek, so that since you're the only one here, let's see if we can give you a peek of oh no, I can't, unfortunately, because I no longer, when I edit videos, bring the footage onto my computer. I now just leave it on the SD card and then do it like this. So what you'll see is this. I can't share it, but it'll come out this week. What you see is this now. Samsung Me. See, no media, because, well, you can see all the special effects. Oops. Let's see if I can. Oh, there. This is close up, but everything is right there. There's all the effects and sounds from the sound package that I was just given. But yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to wait for the video to come out. That's a great thing when you don't have to transfer your footage from the SD card to your computer, and you just work directly from the camera. And you know, when it's done, it's done. And then when they like the video that you made for your you know, promo, then you delete all the footage once they tell you that you're good to go. Hello, Bob 2025. Bob, we are signing off, but we'll be back again. If you hold on, Bob, open in browser. Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob. We are just about to sign off, but remember to hit that notification button so that you can get alerts for the next time we are live. Great. Night everyone. See you all next time. And then we'll just do here intro and
It's a beautiful day at the beach. I was losing my mind for about a week until I could call you up. I'll meet you at the waterline. Birds are flying. know we're not the same. I'm so tired of playing games. You don't have to be so hard. Just tell me your dreams, the things you like. What turns you off, what makes you doubt. I'll tell you.
Orca Bay. Then I have to go because I have to do some stuff. Because I have to get up early. The kids go to school tomorrow. I thought they had a break, but the break doesn't start till Tuesday. Live stream crashed. We got a flight in, but the live stream crashed. Like just basically just went kaput. So then I came back online, thinking like, oh, I'll just come online because you know every time the stream crashes or something goes kaput, I come back online. And then I came back online to just give a follow up, and the whole streaming software kaput. Everything was like if you scrub back and see everything was gone. Cameras were gone. Couldn't add a camera. Had to start from scratch. And then I started adding everything from scratch again, like camera 1, camera 2, and then the mic. And then after adding the mics, the shit crashed again, which never has happened with Streamlabs, which is really, maybe they're going to push another update soon. And then everything crashed. And then when I opened the, you'll see if you watch and scrub back, when I opened Streamlabs again, everything I was adding that was gone was back in there again, which was great because then I didn't have to add everything, but everything I was adding from the beginning again was now at the bottom. So then I just deleted everything from the bottom, and then hopefully, you know, that doesn't happen again. But that's some crazy ass shit. And when that happens, it's good for business because then we can say welcome back to everything that glitches. But yeah, there was no clickbait. Everything was, and we had some good subscribers here tonight. Carl, new sub, and then a couple other folks. T2 Wave was here, and then a couple others. Another new sub, which was we have Carl Becker. Who was the other one? It was in red. Oh, it's probably on the other stream. And anyways, a couple of new people signed on, which is great. And actually, I can tell from in here because the I forgot the new version of Streamlabs. Sort of sometimes will tell you who your new and latest subs are. No. 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. Anyway, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But yet, everything crashed out. Why, I don't know, but it was a scary feeling. It reminded me of the time when I updated the Mac OS and then it said internet was down. And one of the lights went out. I do notice that these lights that were sent to me from Lamari, sometimes I'll walk in here in the middle of the night and then the light's on. So that's like a glitch there. I'm not sure if I need to like get a honeypot or like update the firewall software on my router, but yeah, so everything is just going bonkers. So I'll probably do that, log into my router and see if there are any updates. But it is set to auto update on that particular end, but I don't know. I have to see which one's logged in. But yeah, no clickbait. Everything went crazy tonight, like to the point where for the last probably 2 to 3 hours it's nothing but troubleshooting. It was like I was starting over again, but I don't know what caused it. But thankfully everything's back to normal, and that's it. I do have to go, but I reached out to Barut, who sent me the special effects. I can't really share the key now that things are working. He's not happy with it, but he is going to give a special code so that you can get a discount. So once that video goes up, I'll make sure I get that code and send it to you, because I think they can trace it through IP address and see where the user who's been given the key is using it from. And when Sweden shows up, then I lose my licensing. But we'll see what we can do. We'll find a work around that. Maybe use a proxy server and pretend you're in New Jersey. Anyway, on that note, that's pretty much it. And I will be back before Christmas. And we'll still having Friday night flights. The RC remote controller has not come yet, but it should be here towards the end of the week. I can't do an unboxing because it doesn't come with a box, but I will do like an unwrapping. I'll show it to you like when it comes, but that video that you had recommended and suggested to show all the features and stuff, I won't do till 2026, so that we have new footage for the Google AdSense, if that makes any sense. so that 2026 will have more new videos moving forward. But again, if it comes tomorrow or if it comes next week, towards the end of the week, you'll see it, but the new videos won't launch on that remote controller until 2026. And that's it. Great seeing you. Love having you here, and hopefully the new guys will continue to stay too, but that's okay, because it'll always be business as usual. And we'll see you all next time. So just gonna go back here, back to our show, and ciao ciao.